Hello, this is Ashee from Crafting with Ashee, and thank you for joining me today. This is the card I have to share with you today. It's a congratulations card, and isn't it cute with these two little birdies chirping away at each other? I just love it. Really easy to make, and I don't know, it just reminds me of summer and all the good things. So let me show you how I made it. Stamp set is this one called Sweet Songbirds, and I've used it before, and we're using a whole bunch of things from the stamp set. So let's get on and start. I've got all my ink pads ready, as you can see. I'm going to start off with Early Espresso, and this is what we're going to stamp here for our branch. So just ink it up. I'm going to start just off the page somewhere like that. I'm going to cut this panel down so it doesn't really matter. Just tap tap tap. My ink pad's quite juicy. You can angle the stamp as well to different angles, so I think that will do nicely. And then I am going to, as I go along, clean up, because I will need to use my blocks again. So let me open that and keep it open. We'll try to at least. Okay, let's set that aside for a second, and I'm going to bring in, I think next, my parakeet party, and we're going to stamp one of our little songbirds in this colour. So let's go, just checking it on the block properly. Sometimes if it's a smaller block, you can put it as a diagonal if you want it to fit still, and it does work, which is useful. Okay, and actually I've just remembered something. I'm going to stamp a little feet first, otherwise we'll be in trouble. So you have two sets of feet here, one going either way, and this is the one I want for here, so I'll just pick this up using my block. We're going to stamp again in Early Espresso. I'm going to put near the front here, and then just quickly ink this up again, and then just line it up as best you can. There we go. Alright, so clean that up. We don't need that one anymore. Clean our little feet up. Somebody I care about, well, my father actually used to always tease, instead of saying a foot and feet, he would say my feet's. Just a little joke. But anyway, it's funny how those things you remember. So there we've got the other side. That's that. And next I'm going to stamp in some Sweet Sorbet. This time, let's see. This time I think I'm going to punch him out to start off with. So I'm going to get a little scrap here of basic white, and I'm just going to cut down. Lovely. Sorry about the squeaks. Now I'm going to find those eyes that I did have, and my little block here, and go back to my, what do you call this, my Early Espresso, and just going to stamp the eyes in for both birdies, just like that. Okay, we're done with that bit, and next we want the little beaks. So where's that piece gone? Here it is. And I'm going to close these up even though I'm going to need them again. So otherwise I'm going to put something in the wrong place. I'm going to use crushed curry. And I'm just going to use this to, yeah, there we go. Line up the beak. Lovely. So useful that you can see through the stamp. Makes it all so much easier. Let's punch out our birdie, and we're going to use the Sweet Songbird punch, and I'm just going to cut this so it will go in the punch properly. I think I need to cut some away at the base because it goes in at an angle, and you just put it in until you're happy with the placement, and then punch it out. So that's that punch. I can put that away. Get rid of all of these bits that are here. Okay. And while I'm thinking about punches, let me get out the sentiment. And the sentiment says, congratulations. I'm just going to use my grid paper to try and line this up. And I'm just going to take my block. There we go. Close up my crushed curry. I think we're finished with crushed curry. And what colour should we do? I used Early Espresso, so let's just copy it. Early Espresso, congratulations. And there we go. We'll let that dry while we work on the rest of the card. Okay. So let's just put our little element down there so we know roughly where it's going to go. I'm going to bring in our leaves next, and these are they. Just going to put this at an angle here on our block. Going to use some old olive ink here just to stamp our leaves. So let's ink that up nicely. And they just fit. I stamped this differently to before, so what I'm going to do is clean that up now and decide which ones I want, where I want my leaves, if I do want them. So I don't think I want these leaves, so what I'm going to do is take a piece of post-it note tape, mask off what I don't want, and then I'm going to stamp, ink it up rather, remove my mask. Now I've only got one set of leaves masked to stamp, not both. There we go, see? Really simple. If that's a trick for you, that's how to, one of the ways to mask off and make it better use out of your stamps. Okay, so let's close those up and bring in our back to our sweet sorbet. I told you there's a lot of stamping here, but stamping is not difficult. If you struggle with it, then I would suggest just play. Take your stamp and some scrap paper and just play. You know, and just keep on playing until you're comfortable with it. Don't let, it's only a stamp, don't let a stamp get the better of you. Okay, I'm just putting a few flowers here in and around, and I think that is going to be enough, as good as a feast. can stamp out very well. There we go. Now if we put on a little fella here, a little birdie, are we happy? I think so. Might put another one there. Yeah, that's perfect. That will be fine. Not perfect actually, but lovely. Okay, so last but not least for our stamping is we're going to put our little music notes on here. So let's find them. They're somewhere here, hiding from me. Here they are, hiding in plain sight. Sometimes you can't see something for looking. I never understand that, but it is true. We're just going to stamp our music notes. I'm changing again the angle of the stamp so that everything doesn't look the same. I'm just putting this here so I know roughly where my bird is. I think that is enough, as good as a feast. Okay, so take that away, and I'm going to use our border here, and this I'm going to use one of these borders. I think I'm going to use this one here, and I'm just going to cut away some, just so we have a little border underneath. So you can decide where you want your border to be. Doesn't really matter. Don't know why I'm messing with the dies the same on either side. Doesn't have to be at the same. Doesn't have to be level either. I think that will do fine. I'm going to just use a bit of post-it note to hold it in place, and I'm going to put that through the die cutting machine, and I'll be back. Okay, we're ready to assemble our card. We have here a little piece cut out, and I cut out a sentiment here to a 1/2 inch strip, and I'm just going to pin at the end, and I'm going to use the Banner's Pick a Punch to do that. So let's just open it, and I'm going to put it in, just all the way in. You can just check that it's centered by putting it. It's got lost. It's a very short piece of cardstock. There we go. Come out. It doesn't all come out. There we go. Gosh, where I am here, it's suddenly got really, really cloudy, really, really dark, like it's going to rain cats and dogs. I hope not. I mean, I know the rain is good, but I just hope not. Anyway, here we go. Our card base is Party Parakeet or Parakeet Party. I can't remember which way around it is. I think it's Parakeet Party. And I've got a piece here of basic white cardstock. And this measures 14.35 centimeters by 10. And we're going to put this as our insert. So let's do that now. There we go. And then I've got a piece here of the Glorious Gingham Designer Series paper. And this is just a 5 centimeter strip. We don't need a big piece. That's another piece of basic white that measures the same as the insert. And I'm just going to put this along the bottom. Just try and line it up so it's straightish. Having the tombow gives you a little bit of wriggle room to get things as straight as you can. And then I'm just going to cut off the overhang like that. Sheesh, it is grey. Suddenly feels like night time's coming. And then we're going to just stick our stamp panel along the top. So you can pop all of this up on dimensionals as well. But it's a really big panel, and I'm not going to do that today. You could also use some of our foam adhesive sheets to pop it up as well. That would work the best. But we're just going to do it like this for now. Then I'm going to take a little birdie. Actually, first I'm going to put this onto our card. Okay, let's put this onto our card front. Just like that. And let's place our little birdie there. And then I'm going to use some dimensionals. I'm going to just use a little bit of edge here. Yep, it started raining where I am. Lovely. Just as well we're inside crafting. Best place to be when it's raining, don't you agree? Best place for a rainy day is to sit indoors and enjoy a bit of crafting. Who else agrees with me? Okay. So, finishing touches. I've got some of these pastel adhesive sequins. And I'm going to use some of these gold ones here. You've got two sizes, the bigger or the large. I'm going to use one of the large ones actually. Just made that decision. And get rid of that. And there is our card finished. So I'm sorry about the rain, the noise of the rain. But there's our card, all finished. So thank you for joining me today, and until next time, enjoy being creative. Bye.